You see, I figured out there was this hidden illness in the trading industry over a decade ago, and it's only recently that it started to take over this space like a disease. Let me bring this illness to light for you. Take trader A, for example. Let's call him Joe. Joe is a 21-year-old university student. He wants to scale up his funding capital to 6 figures. He's been trading for over a year. He's done every course, every strategy you can imagine under the sun. From the outside, it looks like he's just been wasting his time and his hard-earned money. His parents are in his ear telling him to quit while he's ahead before he burns all of his money, or worse, ends up in debt. But Joe is committed. He's dedicated to his craft. So he continues to keep trying different things. He reads trading books. He changes his strategy. He gets more market exposure and experience. But he still ends up making the same mistakes over and over again, wasting more money and more years. He looks back over all of his funded accounts, and to his surprise, there are over 30 of them. Over £15,000 spent, lost, and that's on the luckier end. I have heard so many horror stories when it comes to prop firm traders, people spending thousands and thousands without a single payout. But over 95% of these failing traders, they have in common, they fail to recognize that the illness that they have, they disguise it, and they disguise it in learning. But the reality is, they're just gambling. So, does Joe sound familiar to you? Have you just blown your funded account again and you still can't make a single penny from the market? You're sitting there seeing all of these traders make thousands online, printing money from these prop firm challenges, but how are they doing it? How are they living in Dubai, driving fast cars, eating in fancy restaurants? Let me tell you something. All of what you're seeing is a facade. In this video, I will finally uncover the real truth about the trading industry. I'm about to expose the lies that you've been led to believe. I have to hand it to them though. They really have scammed us on this one, haven't they? But this isn't all your fault. I get it. From the signal services, the WhatsApp chats, the dodgy broker deals, the dodgy prop firms that say they're going to pay you out and they don't, and of course all of the trading influencers. I understand how you fall into this trap. So you can either do two things here. You watch this video and you finally break free from the hamster wheel that you're on in the prop firm industry, or you just get sucked into another discount that they offer you on the funded challenges. You just become another number on the spreadsheet that they laugh at. Do you not think when they see, oh, 12th challenge, 13th, 14th, 15th, it's just rubbing their hands together, cha-ching, he just bought another funded assessment. It's like, oh, who's that? You know, the same one who just keeps buying them every single time they keep losing, and they get really, really emotional with it, and they just buy another one, and we just send them an email with a discount, and they're foolish enough to buy it again. Is that you? You don't think that you're just that person on the spreadsheet that they love luring you in? Like, at what point do you go, enough is enough? I actually like keeping my money. I don't like just burning it and wasting it. And you will go down that road. If you continue down this path, you'll have no payouts, no withdrawals, no results to show for it, and you'll be in a much worse financial position. So let me break down the first lie that you've been told. Influencers will make you feel comfortable and they will tell you it's okay. It's okay for you to do 10, 20, 30 challenges, because once you make it to the payout stage, it will offset all of the money that you've paid for challenges, right? It's a numbers game. This is how they promote it to you. Just keep going. Eventually, all you need is one payout and it'll make all of the money back. It sounds all too logical, doesn't it? Have you ever even thought about how expensive failing challenges for you actually is? Have you even looked at your dashboard and seen how much money that you spent on challenges? I'm gonna go with there's a 90% chance you don't know the answer to that. Why? Because I've met thousands of traders, and when I ask them that question, they don't know how much money they've spent. So today's your lucky day, because I'm gonna put a stop to this. I'm gonna help you overcome and become aware of this just gambling addiction that you've got with prop firms. So real quick, let's take a look at it. I want you to figure out how many challenges have you blown so far? What's the number? So let's say on average, it is 10. You've blown 10 funded challenges. Now, I know you're gonna find examples of, hey Mark, I know this professional trader, he's blown 30, 40 challenges and he's still made a lot of money. Again, exceptions do not define the rule. Don't find me a 0.01% person. I'm looking at what does the average person do that wants to make it in this game. So let's look at an average challenge on a 100K account. Let's say it's roughly, £450. You spend £450 per 100K funded challenge. So if the average is 10, you times that by 10, that's £4,500. How much money from what you've spent have you made versus that 4.5K? I want you to think about it. Take a moment to think about how much money have you spent. And you might be sitting there going, well, I haven't actually made a payout yet. So what would be the next plan? I asked that to the average trader. Guess what they say? Well, I'm probably going to do some more challenges. Well, let's say you end up doing another 5. You've already done 10. So it would be reasonable to think you could do another 5. You then times that by 5, and then you're ending up with another anywhere between 2 to 2.5K, depending on what the price of the challenges are. So you're now looking at 4.5 plus the 2.5. You're like 6.5 to 7K into challenges. And let's say by the 15th that you did make a payout and it was like a £3,000 withdrawal. You're still down. So you've still done all of that, you're still down, and you're probably feeling anxious because you've done 15 challenges, you've made 3,000, and you're probably going to be in a state of mind where you think, well, what if it was a fluke? Can I actually do this again? Then what do you do? So you're dedicated and you want to make money, but you're almost out of money because you're not even back at break even yet. You've just made 3,000, but you've already spent 7. So you can't just tell me that the only solution to this is I'll just buy more challenges and I'll hope that mathematically it just offsets all of the money that I've invested. Not to mention the damage that it does to your mind after 15, 16 challenges. Your confidence is going to be in the bin. Like, this is the equivalent, and you don't realize it, and this is why it's another lie they feed to you. They make you normalize it so you think it's okay. Imagine someone goes into the bookies, bets on the football, does an accumulator of 8 teams, wins like 5 grand. What do you think that person then thinks after that? Well, so I've just made 5 grand off of a tenner. So what do? They go back in again and again and again, and eventually, 99% of people will bleed that out in more and go into debt, even after making 5K. This is the equivalent. It's just slightly more educated because you believe that, oh, but I've got much more of a chance here because I've done my technical analysis. It's stacked against you. Like, the prop firm rules make it very, very difficult to pay you out, which is why we have so many stories of people thinking they've done the right thing and they just get denied over and over again. And you're sitting there anxious thinking, even when I make money, I might get an email saying, yeah, but you kind of didn't do this correctly, or it was a minute before you should have done this, or news, etc. Like, every reason to not pay you out. Now, I want to give you some stats. Under 2% of people that go for challenges will make it to a payout and a withdrawal. 2%. If I told you there is a 2% chance if you cross that road that you'd make it out alive, would you go for it? Absolutely not. If I told you it's 50-50, you would still be very cautious. So how are you so casually going, yeah, under 2%, and yeah, I'll just go for that, and I'll just keep spending money. I won't even know what my limit is. Have you ever sat there and thought, how much money in debt am I willing to go before I go, oh, something probably should change here? I should maybe look at that. So this is the more logical approach. Let me show you a smoother way, a cheaper way, or should I say more cost-effective way for you to scale to 7 figures. So let's say you only invest into one challenge. Yes, I know you can't believe it, just one challenge, but let's say that's $450. Then you invest into a psychological program, Rewired. This is 1,880. This is going to give you the mental framework to keep your emotions in check. Now, when you see that most people blow their accounts and just go from one challenge to another, burning thousands, it's for emotional reasons. They do not have the ability to compose their emotions under pressure. Now, when we look at our stats, because we have our own fund, over 80% of our traders that have gone through the Rewired program and they do these exercises, they've kept their accounts for 2 years. They're not blowing 10, 15, 20 challenges. We don't even let them apply for more than a few. So imagine now being in that category where you don't have to pay thousands on challenges, and now you've got a skill to emotionally stabilize your mind for life. But let's take it one step further. Let's say it didn't take you one challenge, because one challenge, everything has to go right. Let's say it took you 2, or even a third max. The average stat on our in-house fund is taking 2 challenges, but let's say it's 2 or 3. So you have to add another, 900 to that investment. You're still looking at £3,000-4,000 less than what the average person is spending on challenges. And I'm being conservative, I'm lowballing it. versus the ones that they don't tell you how much money they've spent on challenges. And then you look at their credit card debt, insane. I don't even want to go into it. So you're still saving yourself an extra £4,000 on average, and you're not going into burnout. You're not going into, what about the time that you waste on doing 15 challenges? I mean, how quickly are you turning out these challenges? So not only do you save yourself money, you're saving yourself time, stress, headache, and confidence in the process. Now add on top of that, consistent 4-figure payouts. Can you now see how much more consistent and stable that actually is compared to what you're doing right now? I'm hoping you can start to see now how a long-term professional career is actually built. It's not built by just throwing the dice at things. It's built by investing in the right things at the right time. I'm sick and tired of you being burnt by prop firms. I'm sick and tired of you falling for these traps from your favorite influencer and then messaging me when you're £12,000 down, going, Mark, I think I should work on my mind. Yeah, how about we stop that up front so you don't waste thousands? Prevention is better than the cure. So let me do one better for you, and I genuinely want to help you and stop you from losing this money. Rewired is currently 1,880. I'm going to put my personal code in there. It will be in the description, and you'll be able to get an extra 10% off. So it'll be just under 1,700. It's an insane value. Rewired has been an appreciating asset for years because we keep adding value. Speaking of that, on the 28th of this month, we have new modules coming out about peak performance and about emotional control, things that you do not want to miss out on. The price of Rewired on that date is going up, and lifetime access is being removed. So if you get in, not only do you get the discount, this is just a goodwill gesture for you, not only do you get the discount and you get it at a better price, you've got lifetime access. So when we consistently add more value, which historically we always do, we have a reputation for that, you don't pay a penny more. So this is a lifetime asset for you. And as you grow and as you improve, just like many other Rewired traders, they revisit it in a new unit of time. It helps them more. The thing is, it's not just about me saving you money. It's much more than that. Like if you think about the person who's on 22 or say 24 funded challenges, and they do make it to the 25th, and even if they make 10 grand, they're still not even at break even. They're still crawling their way back up. Do you not think that after all of those challenges, it chips away at you? You don't think that they're just one challenge away from just going on tilt and losing it all again? And you've seen it with your own eyes, people to get to record funding in capital, they do all these challenges, they get live, they get really happy, maybe they make 1 withdrawal or 2 withdrawals, and that's part of the small percentage of people that actually make it. And even then, they have to win consistently for a long period of time before they're even at break even. Now, when you do something repeatedly, you can get good at it. If you're losing all the time, you get really good at it. If you're wearing, losing these funded accounts as a heroic story, as a badge of honor, you get really good at doing that. And if you go on tilt, let's say you've done 24 and on the 25th you made it to a payout, now you've got this live 100K or 200K account, and you go into a bit of drawdown. If you've been used to blowing 24 accounts, do you not think that when you're in drawdown that you'll just end up losing it? You're not going to trust yourself. How could you possibly make yourself believe that this time it's different? This time I will just miraculously have the emotional composure to keep it. Absolutely not. Because you've blown 24, your mind will just go, oh, well, what if there was a fluke? What if I wasn't ready? Your emotions will go all over the shop. And that is why this roller coaster of not knowing what's the recipe, how can I keep my emotions in check so I save money and not blow it when things start going well? It's a simple question you've got to ask yourself. Do you want to be a trader or do you want to be a gambler? Guys, I've been trading for 17 years. I've got 10 years of profitable experience on your average guru that has only ever traded on prop firms. I've not traded on prop firms. I have my own fund. I've traded investment capital for years before even all of this existed. In a different universe or a different timeline, maybe I would have gone down the prop firm road. But when I was trading, that wasn't an option. You had to become really profitable. You had to, really earn the right to get any capital. And then you had to convince someone that, look, this is what I'm doing. Are you willing to invest into me on a return? That was so difficult. So when I see what the industry has become, the quality of it, the quality of traders is nowhere near what it was when I first started. But now I've got my own fund. I can solve this problem. That was my original goal. How do I create a £100 million fund? How can I find the best of the best? And you know what the incredible thing about this is? Building a fund requires that not every single trader is trading the same system. This is why I allow traders from different systems come into our fund. Now you might be saying, well, Mark, from the public, I've never been able to access your fund. I have to do it through either Falcon or the Rewired program. Absolutely yes, because we want the best of the best. So you're either trading our strategy, which we trust, or you've gone through the Rewired program. So I know that if you've got a good strategy, you also have incredible emotional composure with real capital on our fund. So I know that you're not gonna, do an assessment, become a portfolio asset manager, and then just lose it in 2 days. Not interested. Otherwise, we would have been open to the public over 5 years ago. Listen, guys, if you're still looking for more free value, we've already made a free Rewired module, just so you can have a taste of what is involved in this program. All those links will be in the description, and you can potentially even book, if we have enough spaces, a performance audit call. But I think you know what you need to do. If you really want to start taking trading seriously, don't you want to finally get to a point where you're just not wasting money and you just genuinely feel confident that I can actually make this a real career and I can make the money that I want to make? I genuinely hope to see you on the inside of the Rewired program, and also in the Rewired community. You'll be linking up and networking with multiple 6-figure and 7-figure traders that are also committed to working on their mind. When you're rubbing shoulders with the best of the best, trading all different strategies, how could you not improve? How is that not going to make you a better trader? Trading is all about a game of decisions. And if you've been naive this whole time thinking that you've just stepped into the trading arena, you're perfect the way that you are, you don't need to work on any of your emotional triggers, how you was brought up was perfect for training, you had the elite mindset training that was suited for you to regulate your emotions under pressure, the probability of you having that direct training is under 1%. It's probably like 0.01%. So it's either that, or you need the formula, the recipe that helps you become in the top 5% of traders. So the Rewired Peak Performance Trader modules of early access, it's now live until Monday. So get yourself involved, start taking action, and you wait and see a massive shift in your results like hundreds of other traders. Rob?
Yeah?
He's done it again. Remember that geezer that I done a motivational talk to in the email about, take one more challenge and it'll pay it all back. Yeah. He's bought another assessment. Have we sent him any money before? Has he been paid out? It'd be a shame if we sent him a little discount code. Like, type me up an email, make it motivational, and then just chuck a little cheeky 40% discount on a 100K funded account. Thank you very much. Never again will you have to guess as to what it takes to be a profitable trader. Never again. Never again you'll sit there and think, I wonder what it takes to be a 6-figure trader, 7-figure trader like all these traders. You will understand. Very, very clear. So I'm going to show you under the hood.